This week I started off very slow as I did take a hiatus from the gym Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And even though I ran on Saturday morning, I didn't have any real weight training or even endurance training the Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And to me, um, I did not sweat that I skipped. It was a active choice. I had other things planned, and uh, I wasn't able to commit to going to the gym, for personal reasons. So um, I started off this Wednesday session at a lower weight and really wanted to get my footing back. Not working out for 4 days, it does feel a little different in a way that it felt like I just walked into the gym after a vacation basically, and everything in the gym feels new. You don't remember where things are. You you still have to orient yourself to the type of movements and get accustomed to it. So this my squat session on Wednesday and my bench session were drastically different from all my previous training sessions. So I really want to focus on trying to get back in a rhythm here. I'm doing a lot more squat, slant board squats to really engage my quads, and I really want to try to bulletproof my knees and be as strong but also be as flexible as possible. And I want to try to reduce the risk of injury as much as possible. And I think that's one thing that I never really had as a priority when I first started working out. I was always very weight driven and always wanting to bench the most weight because I felt that at the time it was the most impressive thing to see someone bench 300 pounds. And nowadays I see endurance, and I see longevity as a main priority, and strength comes as a secondary in my eyes. So I'm really getting the feel of the squats, and my training style has never been about the max. I would occasionally include them just to show my progress in my total weight, and or my max, I guess, my personal best. So I do incorporate that a few times here and there, but it's very seldom that I would just to really test to see where I'm at. I mainly use maxes as a gauge of where I'm at or where I stand, I guess. So just really filling it out. I did include my Saturday run session in my videos, and so they will. I kind of want to put that to get some variety in my training sessions and get some various types of video footage of different types of things that I do to keep myself active. I like to incorporate as much as possible in my life to stay fit. And here in my training session for my chest, I was actually able to work out or do the same exercise as my cousin. So we all, both of us, did chest on the same day and actually the same time. He's actually following my schedule right now, and even I didn't feel as strong this week. So whatever weight that he was doing, I decided to follow him and just really focus on my form to perfect it. Just wanted to kind of get back to when I first started working out. Really back to when I was a beginner, learning the basics of each movement and the importance of strength training. So I would say my overall strength for this would be maybe at 65%, meaning what was that, RPE 6.5, and definitely had more in the tank, but I really wanted to be very vigilant and staying the course. I have this bad tendency when I run. I always start out in a very slow, moderate pace, and I always end up either going my normal jogging pace or even my race pace sometimes. I mean, it always feels like I'm rushing it for some reason, and I have to really incorporate long and short runs, as the more I incorporate these long and short runs and high intensity and low intensity runs, it really helps in keeping my schedule consistent. I find that when I try to keep a high intensity for long periods of time, it often ends in burnout, and a lot of the times the burnout could be catastrophic. I mean, there are times where I'm no longer motivated to run, or even sometimes I would feel like I would need to. Sometimes I'll turn to food because I feel that would satisfy my feelings of anxiety or something like that. And I think finding the right balance is really critical when starting out, and even now that I have more years of experience under my belt, I always have this feeling of trying to balance as much as possible. And I always think back and kind of reminisce on things that that I wish I would have known earlier in my journey, that would really benefit me. And one thing that I always think about is that I wish I started earlier. I started really being serious at about age 21. I was maybe on and off between 18 to 21, but at 21 I was really serious about it. And one thing is that I wish I started earlier. Wish I started when I was in middle school or even high school. I mean, I did play on the tennis team, but I never really did anything outside of tennis to help with my performance. And yeah, I mean, you can't really take the time back. That's already been used. The only thing you can do is work in the present, and hope the results can hope you can get to the results that you are looking for. And the most important, I think, is that it's never too late to start, and if you are barely starting your journey, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to don't be afraid to be uncomfortable, because life is full of surprises. And one thing that always resonates in my head is this saying, is that you should be comfortable being uncomfortable, meaning put yourself into situations that make you uncomfortable. If you are very bad at running, put yourself into that position to maybe jog 5 minutes and walk 2 minutes, or even sign up for a race. If you don't know how to swim, kind of take lessons. It's really about building a foundation to set yourself up for the future. And once you see that everything that you do will affect your future, I think a lot of things come together in life. That's it for this week. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.